Hello everyone and welcome back to Crusader Kings 3. Now in the last episode we finally managed to expand our lands beyond this tiny little bit of Buchanan. We've taken the Earldom of Ross up here in northern Scotland. Of course, we've always had, we've had lands before in the past, but they hasn't quite worked out for us as perhaps we might hope. We want to try defeat Prince Shaw, but we can't do that given we are currently in a crusade for Jerusalem, and so we cannot attack our ally in the Great Crusade against the infidels. Now what I was thinking is potentially, can we get Ireland here, or Iceland as it's now known as today, into our lands? But I wonder if we can start the process, because I imagine these lands here are rather rich, and they are Norse, albeit in culture, but their taxes is very nice and would provide a pretty penny and would give us a duchy. So I think I want basically, what was our realm priest doing? He can fabricate a claim. I think we want him to start moving up here into Vestraland, see if he can get us a claim up there. It's going to take 3 years, so we want to make sure we have the money to do so. We also want to check our council. Is it our council? No. I can never remember where to find our prisoner's courts. That's the one. We've had this prisoner kneel for 3 years, and he's unremarkable. He's club-footed. I wonder if anyone's willing to pay for him. We could get a weak hook. I'd rather get money. He's not very good at anything. He's a decent enough marshal. But yeah, we'll just gain a weak hook, because no one wants to buy him. He's a nobody, essentially. But hey ho. We've done all we can there. We are to inherit the Mormaerdom of Ulster. We can also declare war on Princess Mabin of Gwynedd. That's interesting. That's very interesting. I don't think we quite have the troops, because she's got a lot of allies. 4 different allies to be precise. And Duke Simon of Aquitaine is going to be pretty difficult to take on. If we could get rid of Duke Simon of Aquitaine potentially, our son and ward, Huithril, has got these claims, obviously. He would want the Principality of Gwynedd, or Principality of Gwynedd, which would be useful, though I do believe we've disinherited him from our line. I suppose, we can restore inheritance. Okay, that's good. So we might want to do that later down the line. He's got a lot of claims actually: Gwynedd, Powys, Meriadun, Ismon, and Visu. So if we think that Wales is looking pretty weak, then we might want to get him into the land. However, we would have to get a lot of people out of the way instead. There's quite a few people in line currently it's Ruadri, then Setna, then Fenich, then Kuana, and then Nuala. So, even if we got Highwell this land, if we were to get a duchy, and then he could become a vassal underneath us, that could work. But we need to work on that. Incidentally, we also need to work on our bishop, as he's not paying us any taxes. Note, he's not paying us any taxes or troops, so we really want to get him on side. So let's start swaying Bishop Lorenzo, and we'll see what happens there. For now, I think we're going to raise all the armies. And I think what we're going to do, we are going to go join the crusade. Okay, so we're starting to make our way down. I've actually lost where we are. We'll be here somewhere. It's fine. Let's find where we are. We've got our raised mercenaries, but actually what we can do is follow where Ruadri is, because I believe he's... Okay, he's not... Who's our current Our Chancellor, Cassian Grand. Okay. He is going to be heading down. And we're going to see if we can get some of this, some of these rewards for ourselves. And we can also maybe get Cayman onto somewhere useful. However, by the time we get down there, I think it's all going to be done. We're ranked 7th, so currently we get nothing from the war share because we haven't actually made it down in time. I hope we can still make it down there to do something useful. I guess we'll land maybe in somewhere down here against... Here, while that's happening, we're going to have a look at some of the major powers. So we've got Danelaw, who are very powerful. We've got Sweden, we've got Denmark, Poland, Hungary. Of course, we have the Byzantine Empire and the Holy Roman Empire, and Croatia. The people who aren't, certainly in this sort of Eurocentric area, the people who don't seem to be doing too hot is France. Yeah, they're pretty low on troops, actually. Although they do have a decent amount of allies at their disposal, but they're losing their war against Normandy, so that's going to be pretty interesting overall. We have nearly made it down now. Nearly made it down, and hopefully we can do something in this war before it's all over. Let's get our lads ashore and see if they can help in this fight, because that should hopefully give us some war score, and hopefully give us some rewards, if it be it money or be it anything else. And we're going to join and help these chaps here. I don't know who else was here. Some other people were here as well, but we've definitely helped. And we've won a victory, which is wonderful. Okay, it seemed that there's a bunch of different armies here. But that's good. We should have got some share for that. So we rank 2nd. And we're going to get plenty of gold, plenty of prestige, good amount of piety as well. Wonderful. I'm almost tempted, actually, to switch out our commander. Let's see if we can do that. For us. Because we're an unyielding defender. And letting us get a Crusader trait would be pretty useful overall. Who else can we attack? We can attack you. We'll chase you. Actually, let's maybe not, because you're going to be... We'll be out of position that way. However, we'll push back in. And we have managed to sway our bishop somewhat, so hopefully now he's more... Okay, he's more on side with us. So that means he's giving us some more taxes, and that's good. That's very good, as well as some levies. Our armies stand poised to take part in the crusade for Jerusalem. St. George willing, we will soon rise victorious, the blood of the heathens painting the soil red. Absolutely wonderful. We have gained the trait Crusader, which is 2 plus martial, 3 plus prowess, and the church likes us. May St. George lead us to victory. Wonderful. We have been successful there. Let's actually push down and keep fighting. The more we fight and the more we help out, the more we get in terms of war share and sort of war score. We are going to help out here. Hopefully we can win. There we go. Got some reinforcements, which is good. This should be another victory for us. Another victory for Christendom, more importantly, but also for us. Wars are expensive, and with my treasure rapidly emptying, it's not emptying that quickly, I need to think about how I will pay to keep my soldiers on the field of battle. I could collect war taxes for 3 years, but that's not going to make us very popular and will hold development. We could ensure that we get more efficiently supplied armies, or we could undersupply them. But either way, that might be the good way forward. I think we'll go for that one. We undersupplied. That's unfortunate for 3 years. But hey, what can we do? We'll be getting money in from. We'll be getting money in from the crusade if we win this, hopefully, which I'm sure we will. Currently, we get 9% of the war chest, and we are ranked 2nd, which is very nice. I don't know who's ranked first. Maybe we can find out. We've dropped to 3rd now, unfortunately, but I think we're still doing pretty well. And this fight here, we're doing by ourselves. Oh, okay, we've got some allies, wonderful. But this will definitely help us, and will definitely make us look good in the eyes of the Pope, who hasn't always been too fond of us. We're dropping down to 4th now, So we are dropping some money, but we are still going to get a fairly sizable amount of cash out of this entire venture. And it's always worth going on a crusade, really, I find. Let's chase down some of these armies here. See if we are going to take some troop losses there, but let's see if we can catch these people out of position. To make my Bishop Lorenzo more susceptible to my attempts at approaching him, I can include a compliment in my next missive to court. I'll be sure to mention his... let's do clear rationality. That might not go well, but one way to find out. Let's get rid of those. And he likes it. Wonderful. We're fighting here. Oh, it's going to be close. I think that crusade might have just saved us. The crusade ending might have just saved us there. St. George has granted this queen here a victory in the Crusade of Jerusalem. After defeating Sheikh Saladin and his heathen warriors on several occasions, our warriors forced the enemies of the faith to admit their defeat. There we go. With the occupied lands firmly under the leadership of a pious Catholic ruler, we can rest assured the divine will of St. George has been enacted. This is a glorious day for all true followers of the cross. So, lots of gold goes out to lots of people. We earned ourselves 262 gold, very nice, and 254 piety, and a decent amount of prestige as well. Catholicism's, for some reason, we lose religious fervour. I'm not entirely sure why. And our nephew has actually been given some land down here because he has become a duke down here in Jerusalem. And so that's going to just give us a little bit more renown because of how many counts and dukes we have living. And we have gained some fame, and we've gained another level of fervour. Wonderful. So yes, Cayman has been rewarded. Good for him. Let us disband all our troops. And I want to push into Iceland today if I can. They have 1,330. We've been overrun by stress. Why has that happened? Our sister has died, Nawala. As the music goes a bit crazy, guilt and shame have been plaguing me of late. All my sins, my flaws, my failings. These dark thoughts distract me from my responsibilities and keep me awake at night. We could whip ourselves, but that's probably not a great idea. We could become a drunkard. And we could also... I don't want to become a drunkard at all, really. I don't particularly want to whip ourselves either. So we're going to be strong, and we're going to have a feast or something to deal with it. So we're going to, yes, our sister died. Terrible tragedy, but, she was a drunkard. The question is, who has that gone to now? The Ulster has gone to our nephew. Can we get that back into our lands at all? No. Is there anything we can do? Let's have a look at the tree here. It's not coming to us at any time soon. Okay. So we might just want to go in and claim that, actually. Can we request a claim? We could request that we could claim title as the dynasty head. I doubt whether Ulster's quite the best way forward for us. But it's pretty... He's got no allies, and his men are very, very weak. So if we claim title, we can unpress claim, and he's going to not be too fond of us. That costs a lot of renown. It's going to cost a lot of renown. But I think we will hold off of that. We know we can claim that if we need to, but I'd much rather focus on Iceland up here, as they're pretty weak. They do have one ally. They're allied to this Jarl of Erden, but generally they seem very much okay to take on. And now that we've got this wonderful income from the crusade, we can use that to fight. He's also got some gold and gaining it at a faster rate. Let's have a look at what mercenaries we could hire if needs be. We don't want to hire a mercenary company which would put us into debt. We want someone who gives us quite a few troops, preferably at a rather cheap cost, and preferably rather good quality, although they all seem to be decent quality, if nothing exceptional. We could hire the Wake's guards, so let's wait. Let's wait for our fabricate going to be done here. Let's just remain settled with him. But actually, given that we've got time to spare while we wait for that to happen, let us go claim this title from our nephew, who's going to be taking it towards the County of Rainer, which is not quite what we want. So the Pope won't give us a claim. However, we can claim the title ourselves. We'll get an unpressed claim. He's not going to be all too fond of us, but we're declaring war. Let's go. We're going to war. Raise all our armies. They're going to take a little while to arrive. That's fine. We've declared war. We're going. We want to take Ulster back. We need the We need the money. We need the troops. We need all of it, really. So we're going to cross over Scotland here, over into Northern Ireland, or not Northern Ireland, but the northern part of Ireland. And we're going to take out Ulster. The more power we can get within Scotland, that might help us to take on Danelaw or even move on the Duchy of Moray. At the same time, it will also allow us to maybe move on Iceland when it's the right time. Of course, we will need money for our claim, so that's going to be pretty interesting to see how much it costs to get this claim. But luckily, our steward is very good, and has gained us 45 gold due to some additional taxes. Wonderful. Let's push into the bottom here. We will push into the barony of Downpatrick and take out these troops here, just because we want to do our best to be able to take them on. Hang on, pause. There's too much going on. Greetings, my liege. My regrets is the country that I know is not the real... Oh yes, we had an affair, didn't we? Strong Hook. On decline. Oh, disputed heritage. That's not good. Can we just, get rid of you? Can we imprison you? It's an act of tyranny. Right, hang on. Let's enforce our demands here. We want we want Ulster for ourselves. Sorry, nephew, this is our land now. So we've taken Ulster back from our nephew. We could go in against Martha, but that feels somewhat rude, given that she is our sister and friend. And I don't know what happened to that other notification. What we do need to do, we need to... Hang on, where is it? Decisions. First of all, we need to search for a physician. Absolutely. Let's stand down the troops. And let's see what else we can do. We could host a feast or call a hunt. Yeah, okay, so a hunt will give us stress reduction. A feast, however, will give us more, but I'm concerned that it might cause us to become a drunkard, so we'll stick with the hunt, although that could, I don't know, we might end up being bored by a family, by a boar or something. Gored by a boar. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. The noise from the others have faded away by the time Spymaster Arthur and I stalk up on the heart. We're almost within striking distance when Arthur whispers to me, "Now that we are finally by ourselves, there's something I have to let you know about our friend. We could gain prestige or we could gain a secret. We'll gain a secret, why not? Court physician. Let's have a look here. She is sadistic and a flamboyant trickster. So I think no. We'll go with Roden here. granted he is a giant, but he seems calm, ambitious, and temperate. I'd much rather have you than someone who's sadistic and inherently a trickster. That just seems like a bad idea all round, to be perfectly honest. How is Buchanan? Buchanan is likely to be of the wrong. Buchanan's likely to be Gaelic. Actually, Gaelic's not too bad. We are suffering from control problems, but that will go in 4 years. Okay, so now we've gained Adulterer and lost a level of devotion, and people aren't all too fond of us because we're an Adulterer. Radri has got disputed heritage, he's a drunkard, he's wounded, and he's one-eyed. Great. Who follows Radri? Setna, our grandson, who is blind? No, he's just wounded. He's doing pretty well. He's brave, he's charming. Sounds like a package. We also should offer guardianship. You will not accept because we'll be sending child to a foreign court. Oh, of course he's down to Spain, isn't he? But he is Catholic and Gaelic. But it seems that Setna will be following on from Radri, given that Radri seems to be a little... he's 30, but he's going to have some severe health penalties. He's wounded and a drunkard. So he's feeling fine, but I'm not all too happy. Not all too happy about that for the most part. Maybe things aren't going all too well down in Visso. Or Visu, I can never remember how to say it. Castile seems okay. So, we've also managed to capture a couple of people. If I can never remember where I find it. Oh yeah, we've got this chap here. We can get a weak hook, but it's not overly useful to me. We can't execute him, so we'll let him go for a weak hook. I feel like the more hooks we have on people, the better. Now we're just waiting to see what's going to happen up here in Iceland. There's only another 7 bits of progress, and then we should be there. And the real question is, can we get a duchy claim? If we can get a duchy claim, things get pretty interesting. But we just don't know. We just don't know what's going to happen. So let's hope here. Let's hope. We are also scheming to make sure our bishop likes us, but he likes us quite a lot now, and he's giving us a lot more money, which is nice. Given that before, it's really worth doing that. So Radri has done something with his lover. I don't know if we can really talk about that because we're an adulterer too. So I don't see why we can say that God will judge these sinners. But hey ho. But Radri's not doing the best. Radri has been named as a bastard. My son and heir, Banmomaer Radri, has been named as the real father, the unborn child of Mayor Catriona of Trascono. Okay. What will this... So he's had a child. But it's a bastard child. He's an adulterer. He's... Oh my goodness. 72 gold to get Vestraland. Get it done. Get it done. Let's wait for all our levies to regroup. But their levies are repairing as well. We can also get a new stewardship perk. Wonderful. We can get garrison size up. We can demand payment for hooks. You can use claim thrown against your liege. Hang on a second. Let's have a look. You have some decent allies. Okay, that's not going to be possible. However, I think that's going to be a fun one to take anyway. Keep it for the right moment, and then we might push in. I think we will... How are you doing? I think we're going to push into Vesterland here. they're not going to be all too happy with us, but we do have some allies. They've got some allies too. Let's get the claim. We regain the contested title of Vesterland. Wonderful. Let's declare war and pause straight away. Let's ensure that all our allies are called to war. Radri, you are coming to war with us. Wonderful. And our other ally, Martha, our sister and friend, you're coming to war as well. Wonderful. And I think we want to also hire some mercenaries. Some fairly cheap mercenaries, perhaps. Who gives us the most for the least, as it were? Brigade band, that will do. 2 knights, lots of levies, and some bowmen. Okay, let's hire you for a 3-year contract. And let us raise all armies. Raise all the armies here in Buchanan, our homeland, of course. What? Okay, and everyone's going to join us. Wonderful. Okay, let us merge these armies to 2336, and we're heading up to Vesterland. Because if we can take over the other part of Iceland as well, then we can hold that duchy up there, and life will be a lot easier once we have become a duchess or a duke, depending on who gets it by the time we're there. Our stress still isn't great, admittedly, but we might just have to deal with that. So we're popping everyone to the sea. It's going to cost us 24 gold just to embark, so we can't hang about. We don't have that much money to work with. Let's see if we can contact His Popeliness. Is he going to give us gold? He's not going to, because we're waging war against one of our own faith. And we can't ask again until October. However, once we do this war, we should actually be able to ask for some more gold. Wonderful. I'm guessing that's perhaps because we are a Crusader. Let's have a look here. Crusader would give us positive benefits. Yes, it would indeed. So, let us push in. We're going to have a fight. Chances are even. They are defending in a better location, granted. But I'm hoping we've got the superior troops. And we've got a better army commander. Hang on. We've had a councillor die. Let's get a new chancellor in. Mayor Drost, that will do the job. They are running, so I'm hoping that's going to be a positive thing. Let's give it a go. If we can take them out, I think we stand a decent chance at winning. Ooh, this is going to be close, actually. But I think we are moving in the right direction. Yes, good. I think we will win this. It will come at a cost in terms of casualties, but I think they'll take the significant amount of casualties. Some more significant amount of casualties, I should say. There we go. We've won the Battle of Reykjavik. And we've also taken the Jarl. So we can enforce our demands right away. 100% is... yeah, let's do it. We're enforcing the demands. Pause. Enforce the demands. We have taken half of Iceland. Wonderful. Now, what do we need to take the other half? Presumably we can't declare war on you for another 10 years, because that's generally how claims work, or how truces work, but let's disband all relevant armies, and we can always get them back up again in a little while. But we're starting to finally make some progress. We've got lands in Scotland, in Ireland, and now we've got lands up in Iceland as well. Absolutely glorious. Let's go speak to the Pope, and let's get some money off him. Ask for some gold. He'll give us 167 gold. Absolutely wonderful. It will cost us some prestige, but some piety. But I'd much rather have the gold. Thank you so much for your funds, and they definitely won't be spreading the true faith because I'm going against Catholics. But I tell you what, I think that will do it for this episode of Crusader Kings 3. Thank you so much for watching. I've been recording and playing a lot of this recently because I've been really enjoying it after this break I've had. But of course, do expect other series and other videos to come out as well alongside this. So thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.